What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. So this video is going to be a 7-round mock draft for the Green Bay Packers. This is going to be a sneak peek video for some of the content that is available on my Patreon. That is patreon.com/ThatFranchiseGuy, where you guys can get the full TFG Draft Insider package, not just these 7-round mock draft videos, but access to my full draft board with profiles on over 600 players this year and exclusive film breakdowns as well. So do check that out if you enjoy my draft content and you want the full package. And with this software here, I think I will actually be able to do a mock draft for all of these teams, a full 7-round mock for everyone on Patreon, which is going to be really exciting. This software is pretty cool. It definitely accounts for some of the randomness that we will see on draft day. You'll get some surprises that lead to different types of runs on players, which is really cool. You can trade picks as well. It's a little bit of a flawed system. You can't move future picks. I wish you could force trade, but you can't. So for that reason, probably not going to be a ton of trades in these. I will pause and try when I think it really makes sense. But for the most part, probably not going to be a lot of trades in these. But the flip side of that is I will be able to get through all 32 teams because this is a cool little software that kind of lays everything out for me, so I don't have to do a ton of editing for these, which allows me to get through all 32 teams. Okay, so the Green Bay Packers. Let's kick this thing off. Actually, I need to restart that because I only did the first round. There we go. All right, so in the first round, I'll definitely move slow because that is when I might consider trying to trade up. But again, it makes it really hard because I can't send future first rounders. We got our first surprise there. Derek Brown would not, blow me away if they did that, knowing Matt Patricia. And that leads to Kinlaw going at 7. So this board's already shaken out a little differently. Jeff Okudah is there at 9. I bet the Jags grab him. Oh, they take a safety, Xavier McKinney. So things getting a little weird, but this is how the draft can play out sometimes, right? The Raiders end up getting Jeff Okudah, and these wide receivers are starting to slip. So let's see this play out. If we can get our hands on any of these three in a trade-up situation, that'd be pretty incredible. So the Niners are going to grab Ruggs, a tackle, and then Lamb's off the board. Dolphins, I don't think would do it. Raiders already... the Raiders... Oh, my goodness. If the Raiders could come away with Jeff Okudah and Jerry Jeudy... Oh, man. They're going to take them, too. I don't think there's a world where we can make this trade up without a future first round. I think the Raiders would just sit there and take Jerry Jeudy anyway. And there he goes. So, at this point, I would love to get Justin Jefferson ahead of the Eagles. I'll give it a try. I don't know if we're going to have much success here, but definitely jumping the Eagles for Justin Jefferson would be worth it for me. Giving up the 2nd-round pick to do that, I'm going to try to get a 4th-rounder back. Let's see if they like it. They have declined the offer. And that's just the way the cookie's going to have to crumble here. Now, those linebackers are still there. Oh, in the corner, the Eagles take a corner, but the Vikings grab Jefferson. Jordan Love to the Patriots, love that. Starting to look like we're going to get one of these linebackers, though. We're lucky that the 3 teams in front of us don't need those linebackers. So we actually get our pick here of Kenneth Murray and Patrick Queen. I'm not saying that that's an impossible situation, but... It would be lucky for us, but I love that. Let's grab Kenneth Murray. I think he's a better scheme fit, bigger size. Those 3-4 teams like a little more size at linebackers. So after not trading up, I am not going to complain about that. Let's resume this draft, and I'm probably going to skip ahead a little bit faster here. So I'll just kind of scroll through how the 2nd round went here because I know a lot of people are going to be curious. Let us take a look here at the wide receivers available. Patrick Queen with a massive fall. Unbelievable. I mean, you could do that. You could double up at linebacker. Brandon Ayuk there. Claypool is my guy. Devin Duvernay available. They have him way down here. Not picking till the end of the 3rd. Oh, man. In a world where Patrick Queen falls, though... I think you do it. You just, you got Kirksey, you got, I don't know. That is tough to pass up on Patrick Queen at that spot. Especially with the depth at wide receiver in this class. But I think I'm actually going to take Devin Duvernay. I have an early second round grade on him. Someone I would even be comfortable taking in the first with Green Bay if there was no trade down options. I just think he's the perfect fit here in Green Bay. Can plug right into the slot where they need him. Tough to pass up on Patrick Queen, but you got Kirksey in there. You still have Oren Burks, Ty Summers, and obviously you just drafted Patrick Queen. So let's get our starting slot wide receiver, someone that can actually win early and get open quick for Rodgers. Devin Duvernay in the second round. And the Bengals stealing Patrick Queen there in the third. We'll skip ahead to our pick in the third. And I already have my pick in mind. It is Jack Driscoll out of Auburn. This guy, I don't know if the NFL is going to value this guy as high as I do or not. I could definitely see a world where he's available in the third round. To me, watching him, I felt like I was watching Brian Bulaga out of Auburn. And this team has Rick Wagner at right tackle, but definitely needs a long-term answer there at right tackle. And Jack Driscoll can be that. And that's going to be the pick here, Jack Driscoll in the third. Filling out a lot of great needs here. And that brings us to the fourth round here. So let's see. Running back, Anthony McFarland is there. I do like Darrington Evans as well. I would love that pick right there, but I do want to see if there's anyone else that really stands out to me before I pull the trigger on that. At tight end, no one I'm pulling the trigger on. We got line. How about interior defensive line? That's offensive line. Yeah, none of these guys. Maybe James Lynch would be a good pick here, but he's pretty redundant with Dean Lowry there. I think running back a little more pressing. Anthony Jennings is there. How about corner? A lot of corners have come off the board. I do like Javelin Guidry. Neville Clark's a decent player, but he's more zone heavy. We might have to walk out of this draft shorthanded at corner. I do not like this cornerback class very much. And in this world, those corners really flew off the board. We just got to hope that Kevin King can stay healthy. And there's a lot of slot guys in this class we can maybe get later, maybe even Guidry in the fifth. But I am going to take Anthony McFarland, who is my number 6 running back in this class, and a perfect kind of backup for Aaron Jones, maybe even the long-term replacement here in the fourth round. So I love that pick. And then as we skip ahead here, we do have multiple 5th and 6th round picks, I believe. David Woodward just went off the board to the Redskins. That would be a great pick here in the 5th round. But I'm pretty damn happy. Oh, Guidry goes just before our pick. That's unfortunate. But I'm pretty freaking happy with how this has played out to this point. I would definitely entertain a backup quarterback here. Tight end, maybe. Some good athletes on the board available. How about interior defensive line? James Lynch is still there. I've got a 2nd to a 3rd round grade on James Lynch, so if he's going to fall here into the 5th, that is a no-brainer pick. Can totally picture him a Green Bay Packer as that 3 tech competing there with Landry, Dean Lowry. And here we go. We're on the board again. Colby Parkinson just went. I kind of like Colby Parkinson as a weird tight end wide receiver flex. Dalton Keene's an interesting player. He's a good athlete out of Virginia Tech. I would definitely think about that. He hasn't played a lot, so definitely a developmental guy, but some upside. Corner, Big Neen. I like Dane Jackson, Lavert Hill, 2 guys that can run a little bit of everything that this team definitely needs. John Reed can play in the slot. Kendall Vildor. Those are all guys I think are worth a shot, but I think we can probably punt those to the 6th round. I want to see if there's any real great picks available at this spot. Calvin Throckmorton. We've got a lot of depth on offensive line, though. I don't think that's necessary. Any wide receivers falling that I really like? Not particularly. Ooh, actually, I take that back. Joe Reed is available in the 6th round. Man, I would love that. This is tough. There's a lot of players I would like here for the Packers. I do want to make sure I get one of those corners, but there's a lot of guys left. Joe Reed is definitely standing out to me. We took Devin Duvernay. Joe Reed's a pretty similar player, that playmaking slot wide receiver, can even take carries out of the backfield, good catch and run guy. Everyone else on this roster at wide receiver, other than Devin Duvernay, is an outside tree of a wide receiver, and Devontae Adams, obviously. I love the idea of bringing Joe Reed in. You also have James Prochet, who's there, who's a little bit of a better route runner. But I really believe in Joe Reed. I think he's a really good character, a good kid, and would make a great Green Bay Packer. If nothing else, he can be an excellent kick returner for this team that does need that. So then we are going to have... I think we have 3 more picks, so we can... Oh, Dalton Keene goes just before our pick. That's unfortunate. So let's check out those corners, because I do want to make sure we walk away with at least 1 there, if not 2, because this deep in the draft, you're definitely throwing darts. Kindle Vildor can really run man coverage. He is a superb athlete. He could play in the slot. I am going to take a chance on him. And I'm going to double up. I'm going to double tip here. I do like Lavert Hill. He's not an elite athlete. I like Dane Jackson, more instinctual guy. And John Reed can play some slot. I'm going to go with Dane Jackson. I think he's just the better football player. So double dipping at corner, hoping we hit on a late round pick there. And then we are going to have, I think, just 1 more 7. Oh, we have 2 more picks. God, I love having all these late round picks. So let's see if there's any tight ends left. When we get there, Jacob Breeland, fall to us. Oh, he just goes before us. So we don't walk out of here with any tight ends. I would take Charlie Warner, but I think he's a guy you could probably just pick up as an undrafted free agent. Coming back to these corners, John Reed is still available. The depth chart here in Green Bay is kind of a joke at corner. Somehow Khaleke Hudson is available. That's the pick right there. If he were to fall because teams view him as a safety, I'm taking him because he can play dime linebacker, maybe even take Kirksey off the field on 3rd downs. And then with this last pick, I am going to take an edge rusher because we don't have a lot of depth there. We have 3 players that can really ball. But between Carter Coughlin and Derek Tuzka, Tuzka is a little bit of a more refined rusher. He can kind of be that Kyler Fackrell replacement, play special teams as well, so we're going to grab him. And that is our mock draft. I would be ecstatic if this was the draft. You get your linebacker, a slot wide receiver, and your tackle backup, probably the 3 biggest needs. That's going to finalize all this. So probably our 3 biggest needs filled with our first 3 picks. And then we get Anthony McFarland in the 4th, James Lynch in the 5th. I mean, 2 huge kind of future developmental pieces. Joe Reed, who I'm very high on. I think, 3rd, 4th round for Joe Reed. He definitely complements what else we have here because he can be that slot guy and be a good kick returner. I like taking these corners. I like Vilder. I like Dane Jackson. I could see one of them turning into a really... I could see both of them really as 4th, 5th, good corner depth, which is really valuable to get there. And then Khaleke Hudson, I don't know how realistic that is for him to be available there. I think he's going to be a 3rd or 4th round pick. Maybe he won't. I guess surprises happen all the time. And then Derek Tuzka out of North Dakota State is never going to be a starter for us, but sometimes you got to take high floor guys, and that is Derek Tuzka, really refined pass rusher and going to be a great special teamer. So you don't always need to hit home runs in the 7th round. I think he can play out his rookie contract and be capable depth for us. So that is the Green Bay mock. Again, guys, check out my Patreon if you want access to all of these. This is going to be a ton of fun, and I'm really looking forward to it. So peace out. We'll see you later.